Hello everyone and welcome now to game number game number 2 in a series between Sonik and Toxy. Now, first things first, I want to say that you are looking at a Reign of Chaos game. This is WarCraft 3 Reign of Chaos, not Frozen Throne, so there is not going to be a tavern in the center of the map. It is instead going to be a fountain of mana. Second thing, Toxi has chosen to play random. So Toxi is going to be random orc in this orc versus night elf matchup. Finally, this is game number 2 in the series because I don't have the map for game number 1. Unfortunately, the maps in WarCraft 3 are not nearly as well defined as they are in StarCraft, where you can download the map and be absolutely ready to make sure that everyone has that map in order to watch that particular replay. I was trying to find it for a while, was unable to do so, and thought to myself, you know what, I'm limited on time. I'm just going to cast the games that I do have, as this was taken from the ESL Cups. Now, Toxi is not that well known on my channel, and Sonik is perhaps the favorite to win. I will say though, Sonik is currently down 1-0 in this series. We'll see how everything does progress as Sonik is setting up an Ancient of War here. Sonik, I don't know if he has all of the strategies down for Reign of Chaos. He may be a little bit too accustomed to being able to grab a Beastmaster at tier 2 and then put pressure on the Spirit Lodges and that Bestiary. One thing I will say though, there is not going to be Spirit Walkers with Spirit Link, and there is not going to be a Shadow Hunter or even a Blade Master for that matter, as Toxi opens up with a Farseer. Farseer, an unusual hero choice for Frozen Throne, but I guess relatively common in Reign of Chaos, as it does allow for some very, very quick summons to head all across the map. Alright, the Spirit Wolf is going to come across here, spot what's going down right here as the Farseer. Now, where is it going to travel to? It just realizes where his opponent is, not watching the minimap nearly enough, finally heading back around. Demon Hunter may get to could get to level 3 here, or level 2 here, if it tries to take this down. We are going to see some Wisp with some detonations. There's level 2 already. Not quite sure what he perhaps took out in order to get that extra bit of experience, as we now see the Spirit Wolf going up against that one Ancient of War. All right. Farseer getting in some damage right there. It looks as though an archer will fall as the Farseer gets a little bit of experience, resummons some Spirit Wolves, and then, well, is now on his merry way. The Spirit Wolves are purposely splitting themselves so that one detonation from the Wisp does not hit both. The Farseer, however, is going to be relatively low on mana. As you remember, there is no Voodoo Lounge on this particular, well, in Reign of Chaos. I'm going to keep on saying things like that. I know for you guys who are longtime Reign of Chaos viewers, I may be pointing out the obvious, but then again, for me, I need to say it out loud just because, well, I'm used to having the Farseer being able to pick up a Clarity Potion right now and a Healing Salve if necessary. The downside is that the Orc player doesn't have really that much healing. He is going for double Bestiary and now upgrading into Fortress though, so Toxi may be simply trying to cheese his opponent. We may be looking at Wyverns in this particular matchup, as we are now, well, taking a look back down across over here. Farseer does have the benefit of a Fountain of Mana in the center portion of the map. Fountain of Mana instead of Fountain of Health. That is going to be a very, very big play here, as the Demon Hunter is currently sitting at level 2. We are going into a Hunter's Hall. Tree of Ages is nearly done, and Toxi's opening was a very, very gutsy barracks-less opening. Toxi is going to hope to perhaps mass up a large number of Wyverns and take the victory that way. Meanwhile, double Spirit Wolves already summoned, the Null Brute fighting back here. Farseer only sitting at level 1. is not going to be able to get that much mana, unlike, say, an Archmage who does get Brilliance Aura and has better mana regeneration. Also, what is interesting about this is that Sonik is currently in a little bit of a lead right now because he does have a lot of archers. We'll have to see what units will be trained out by Toxi off of this double bestiary camp as the fortress is nearing completion. Back across over here, Tauren Chieftain has joined in on the fight. A very, very strong ground-based hero to absorb some of that damage. It looked like he opened up with Stomp, I believe, hence the lower mana right now. Or he could try to go for Chain Wave, an oldie but goodie strategy that was very, very problematic, especially against archers, which would be a perfect strategy by Toxi to deal with a large number of archers here that are going to try and counter. Is it going to be Wind Riders? That is the question, or Wyverns. It is in fact going to be Wyverns. They are Wyverns, not Wind Riders. This is Reign of Chaos. I keep on trying to catch myself here, as the Spirit Wolves now rush off into here, only to get destroyed. Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer benefiting from this fountain of mana. If it is going to be a chain wave strategy, it is going to completely decimate all of these archers in an instant if they are just all lined up. We do see True Shot Aura by Sonik, so Sonik is perhaps expecting these Wind Riders here. Or Wyverns here. Wyverns. Let's take a look at this. 38 to 46 piercing damage. Very, very high damage indeed. Also has heavy armor. And the armor types did change between Reign of Chaos and Frozen Throne. And they do take additional piercing damage. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about that, as the Wind Riders are going to be able to really take down these creep camps here. If we can get a level 3 Tauren Chieftain and a level 3 Farseer, things will definitely change. We are going into Druid of the Claw. This is the Adept training. I do not believe we are at Tree of Eternity yet. No, we are not. And where are all of these units going to be headed off to next? All right, Forest Troll Berserker, Light Dart takes extra damage from normal. All right, as we now see the Wind Riders. Oh, Farseer is going to be pushing across. There's the Stomp, a beautiful Stomp right there, as we now see the Tauren Chieftain perhaps trying to get into position. It does have a Ring of Regeneration. There is a Potion of Invulnerability being used, as the Wind Riders are now starting to poke down some of these units here. Farseer running around in a big circle here. Demon Hunter is still in position. It looks like one Wind Rider will get taken out, as the Tauren Chieftain now backing off once more. Toxi has revealed his plan and strategy, and it did not work out nearly as well in his favor as I believe he expected it to. It was, in fact, Stomp over Shockwave, and that is a little bit of a questionable move, as the Demon Hunter will be able to mana burn that Tauren Chieftain well before the Tauren Chieftain gets into an effective Stomp range. The Demon Hunter sitting at level 3 will be mana burning 100 mana. And the Demon Hunter is already often in that front line. Demon Hunter's nearly at level 5. So at level 5, 150 mana gone in an instant, as we are now looking at the Tauren Chieftain fighting back across here. All right, Endurance Aura is the Ring of Regeneration. Yes, was given to the Farseer in order to heal back up just a bit more. There you have it, Tauren Chieftain still engaging. Are we going to get the Ogre Magi's as well? Level 2 Feral Spirits, Dire Wolves are now out. They do get some critical strike damage in there, as the Tauren Chieftain will get to level 3 and picks up a Ring of Protection plus 3. Alright, Potion of Invulnerability dropped. Demon Hunter sitting now at level 5. It looks as though Sonik is going to have a very easy time here. Medium armor takes extra damage from magic attacks. So yes, this is a different type of armor, as I mentioned once before. I'm just trying to relearn all of this, as the Force Troll Warlord will get taken down. Belt of Giant Strength picked up. Scroll of Town Portal quickly used, as all the units are going to be turning back around, trying to finish off some of these targets. Ogre Warrior will fall at the hands of the Demon Hunter and the Priestess of the Moon. Demon Hunter now sitting at level 5, getting very close to level 6. And this could potentially be a problem, as the Owl Scout scouting around the maps right now. Rock Golem gonna get taken out here. Farseer sitting at 3. Tauren Chieftain sitting at 3. Wind Riders are not upgraded at all. No War Mill, and we are still training up more and more units. Remember, we are playing Reign of Chaos, so the supply and upkeeps start at 40 and I believe 40 and 70 instead of 50 and 80. One of the reasons why, well, Toxi is just trying to train up as many units here, as we are going to be looking into a very big fight here in just a moment. There is some chain lightning there. Demon Hunter now trying to run away. You can see some feral spirit wolves right in that front line. Is there going to be enough piercing damage? That is the big question, as Sonik does pick up a Forest Troll Berserker. Priestess of the Moon does have level 2 True Shot aura. He is teched, it is teched the right type of units, but it may really turn out to be whether or not the Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain get enough damage off with that Stomp and Chain Lightning. Demon Hunter in that front line right now has maximum mana nearly. Druids of the Claw going to be able to get in some rejuvenations as well onto the units, and the Demon Hunter with a Pendant of Energy looking that much stronger as well. Priestess of the Moon also has a potion of invulnerability, as we now see the Scroll of Town Portal heading back home. Units are all in a big retreat right here. Endurance Aura, all in come those units, as the Priestess of the Moon will, in fact, perhaps try and fight here. All right, archers are all in position. You can see the spear is just completely destroying one archer in an instant, as the Druid of the Claws do have Roar, and we're going to be running back around the other way. The range, the speed bonus of the Tauren Chieftain with level 1 Endurance Aura being able to pick off units very fast, and that's exactly what's happening here. Scroll of the Beast used as well. Those Wyverns now with plus 11 attack. Scroll of Healing being countered, and Sonik is just watching his entire army melt before his eyes. Not much he can really do, as the Dryads are just all gonna get picked apart as well. Priestess of the Moon down to 362 hit points, and not having the Orb of Venom on the Demon Hunter is going to cost Sonik dearly. Air units very difficult to deal with for the Night Elf, as their archers are just far too vulnerable. Tauren Chieftain now looking to head back down across here. Farseer running away from the Demon Hunter. Farseer does have a Scroll of Town Portal, so should be able to get away if necessary. Meanwhile, Priestess of the Moon is going to try to get ahead of this Farseer here in just a moment. Perhaps get a little bit of padding. Spirit Wolves have been dropped down. Priestess of the Moon getting in front. There is that slice as we needed to see, as we now are looking at the, well, Dryad's going to get completely picked apart once more. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at 1,400 hit points, and that is going to be deadly there. We see a mana burn, not going to matter very much though, as the Wind Riders Wyverns are far too strong in this fight. All right, let's go into the fight here. Wind Rider or Wyverns going after the Priestess of the Moon. Priestess of the Moon does have a potion of invulnerability, should be able to quaff that potion in an instant if necessary, as the Farseer using that Ring of Regeneration to great benefit so far. Farseer looking to pick up some items. There's going to be a potion of healing and a scroll of healing as well to counteract all that is going on right now. Army size now at 57/70. Items were purchased instead of training up more units. Meanwhile, Sonik sitting at 27/60, not looking good at all. Expansion now underway by Toxi. Sonik is in trouble and may fall behind 2-0 in this series, as the Priestess of the Moon is trying to bait the Farseer to attack. Ring of Regeneration plus a Fountain of Mana might as well be a Fountain of Power for that Farseer, as the units are going to be flying on in right now. All right, no easy targets. Hippogriffs are across here, but they're going to get picked apart in an instant. Brute Force winning out with superior numbers, as Sonik loses 2 Hippogriffs and calls the GG. Sonik with a higher resource score and a higher hero score, but unable to take the victory, as Toxi does a quick tech to tier 3, gets Wyverns, and catches Sonik unaware. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 2 in the series. Please stay tuned for game number 3.